And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to another weekend edition of the WardiTV Monday, number 40. I'm of course your side VIP with you, and joined by these amazing players, by the people in chat, and by my plushies as well. Welcome one and all to your weekly dose of open StarCraft or open tournaments here for the WardiTV Monday. And of course, jumping into our first series of the broadcast, into the round of 32, exclamation mark B in the chat if you guys want to have a look at the bracket yourselves. The bracket is live, the bracket is stacked, the bracket is especially stacked this week. I'll be honest, it was a hard decision. Like, I was so spoiled for choice when it comes to where we want to go and where we want to head. We'll get into it. For now though, spawning in the top right hand corner of ley lines, we have the red Terran player. We have the South Korean Terran representing Team Little Fairy. It is a Percival. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner, we have the Chinese Protoss player. We have the teal Protoss. It is Moka. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is a Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we jump into our best of 3. Also, a big shout out to Genesis Buddha in the chat. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the raid. Hope you had a great stream. Hope you had a great time. And welcome one and all to the CranKy Ducklings. Welcome to the WardiTV Monday. Again, there's a weekly tournament. Every single week we do host this event. I say we, Wardi does host this event, and thankfully does open it up to community coverage. So we do provide our own coverage as well. I believe Wardi will be on his own half of the bracket. I don't know where he is, but the bracket is, again, there's just so many different paths we could have gone down, and I don't think there was a wrong choice. We'll get into it after our first series. For now, double gas opener out of Percival, going for a faster Rex. Sorry, I should say going for a faster factory behind this into a delayed CC. And with this, it is a more tech-heavy start. With this, we'll keep an eye on the add-ons. It is going to be Reactor first. With this, we can go into Reactor Reaper Hellion. We can go into Reactor Marine, into an earlier tech lab, into an earlier starport, into Cyclone, into drop play. There are options here available to Percival, so we'll see how aggressive he plans on being, but we expect aggression nonetheless. There's that CC on the high ground, actually, so being a little bit safer with his command center location, doesn't risk on the low ground. So here it will be safe from any kind of harass. I'm referring to adept harass or stalker harass or probes as well. So it is going to be safe on location, or safe on the high ground as opposed to on location. Meanwhile, it's going to be reactor into add-on swap. Okay, so with this we can go into reactor to Hellion and make not just 2 but a pair of 4 Hellions as well, and go for a drop. Speaking of, there it is, Roxy Starport. The plan is to go for the Hellion drop into the main base. Oh boy. Meanwhile, from the side of Moka, he is going to be going for a standard opener. He does go for his initial Twilight Council here. Twilight Council into Blink. Reaper does poke in, does not get the probe kill. With that, Moka, he will defend it nicely, but Moka's in the dark. Moka, he has incomplete information here. Do we have a sentry to scout? The answer is no. Double Stalker. 0 sentry means we do have a lot of incomplete information. There we go. We have a sentry now on the way, but the drop is coming. Oh boy, this is going to be a late realization, a late scout from our Protoss player, and with that, this can get damage done. Now, how many shots to kill a probe? With a Hellion, 3. It takes 3 shots, so it takes 3 Hellions to 1 shot. Otherwise, you can 2-shot with 2 Hellions, true, but here we go. We have the 3rd and 4th Hellion arriving, and we're about to load up and drop into the main. And the main base is going to get roasted here. A lot of this will come down to the reaction time of Moka. How quickly does he pull his workers away? How quickly does he react with the Stalkers? How quickly can he focus down the Hellions? As Percival, he does drop in, unloads the Hellions, dives into the mineral line, and the probes are about to get roasted. Would you warp in reactively here? So far, 2 probes going to be going down. So far, no major damage yet. But that's going to be fine. Oh, no, they line up. Oh, they do line up. 10 workers do go down, and they keep lining up. But we're still not done. We still have 3 more Hellions, and they do one-shot here. The probes, they do line up. It's going to be 16, 18 probe kills. Can we get one more volley? We just leave. Yeah, we just walk away. A rough start here for Moka. A very rough start as the mineral line gets roasted. Probes do go down. 2 Hellions somehow survive as well. They can always go back in at a later date. And Percival, he's chilling. He's perfectly comfortable back at home, building up. Remember, this was not a big investment, by the way. He goes back in. Goes back in for a scout at least. Does scout the robo. How many gateways? 3. 1 in the main, 2 at the natural, so 3-gate blink out of Moka. With this, we have to get some counter damage. Like, I wouldn't be opposed to even throwing down the 4th gateway, just sending it across the map, because that was critical damage. And the hope here is that maybe Percival's too greedy, but look at this, we have a bunker, we have a turret on the way as well, just to make sure that there is detection for a Dark Shrine or for DTs. Likewise, tank in the main, tank at the natural, Marines are in position. So far, Percival looking quite solid, quite secure. Ajahn moves out, Haley moves back in, getting 1 more probe. 1 more probe goes down, and Moka does move out. And again, it's all or nothing here for Moka. Does dive in towards the main. Tank is in position, 2nd tank as well. Does he go for blink? Does he go for the tanks? The boys are being pulled to repair. It does repair. Ooh, forcing a bit of friendly fire. Marines, they have arrived. Remember, there's no stim, so there's no way to really chase this down. Oh god, despite that, Stalker does fall. Oh god. And Moka is deflected. That Percival, he defends, he holds. Behind this, we have stim. Almost complete here for Percival. He's got double bunker here at the natural just to make sure he's secure, and I mean, he's secure. I was about to say that all he has to do is just survive the counterattack, and then from here he can turn this into a 2-base all-in. Like, I would not be opposed to him throwing down 2 more maxes and just pulling the boys. Just pull the boys, send that across the map, and commit to an all-in. The reason for this would be just because he knows that he's ahead, he knows that he has a lead, and right now Moka needs time to recover. Needs time to go into a 2-base all-in. Okay, interesting. Well, I was going to say that Moka can do one of 2 things. Can expand, get a 3rd, and try to macro out of this, or just double down. We're doubling down. Okay. Let's go. Sincera Shema, Papi Shema. Good to see you. Always, Papi, always. Dzień dobry, dzień dobry. As a Percival does break out. He's got 3 tanks. Does he pull the boys? We're expecting it, but we'll keep an eye on Percival. As he's actually keeping some bio back at home. Speaking of, he's ready. He's so ready. Oh my god. I'm speechless, buddy. Takes down the prison, takes down all the zealots. Nice start stepping here at Percival. Likewise, TC is on the way. He's not going for the all-in. He does not pull the boys. But now he has nothing to worry about. Now he can F2A move because he has dealt with the prism. There's nothing to threaten him back at home. There is no threat. Scans no 3rd. Seeing no 3rd base should be assigned to pull away, right? Moka, he's not expanding. If he was, then Percival, he can break through, but remember, Moka, he's going all in, and Percival playing into his hands here, diving on top of the tanks. Yeah, tanks are surrounded, tanks are going to be cleaned up. A better trade here for Moka. So far, so good. Moka setting up here. Does siege up those Widow Mines. Ooh. Brutal shots going to be going up here on the Zealots. Likewise, does dodge the mine shot towards the end. Slick moves there out of Moka, but alas, he's running out of steam, running out of Zealots. Pylon goes down, denies the warp in, and the tank is exposed. The Twilight Council, the Robo, the Gateways, the Shield Battery, the Natural Base, it's all exposed. And Percival, he can just snowball from here. The boys are being pulled, Moka getting desperate. Dives on the medevac. The Marauders even. Whatever he can get. Oh god, the mine shots. Mine shots on the probes. Aye. And with that Percival, he has done it. He has broken through. And from here he can snowball out of control. I mean, he already has. The ball be rolling. And Percival is that ball. And barrels through the Stalkers. Gets into the mineral line. And there's just not much left. Not much here. Okay, he's coping a little bit. There be some cope. 24 pro kills. 24 pros do go down. From here, Percival, we can now work towards the main base. We're down to 1 zealot. GG gets called, and with that, Percival takes game number 1. GG. Whew. GG will play. Percival does take a lead in the series. Again, he is favored coming into this, but a shout to Moka. Of course, he is one that can hold its own at times. So we'll see if he can bounce back. We'll see if he can make a series out of this. Let's go. So we're jumping into game numero 2. Oh. So we're getting into game 2. Game 2 going to be on Pylon. Let's go. going to be getting to Pylon here. After said series, assuming we don't go to the ace match, of course, we will be going over the bracket itself so that we can catch up and figure out where we're headed and where we are going, and the purpose and the reason as to why we dove on this series. I'm sure you can piece it all together. As spawning in the top left-hand corner of Pylon, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the Red Terran leading the series 1-0. It is Percival for Team Little Fairy. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner, we have his opponent, we have the orange Protoss player, the Chinese Protoss. It is Moka. It's Moka time. Let's go. Right, let's go. As from here, we're going to be settling in. We do have our gates on the way. Interesting setup here. We're not looking to wall up or wall off any locations. Sitting up here in the main. And welcome to Pylon. Pylon, of course, being the not the smallest map, but a smaller map in the map pool. Shorter rush distance by ground, very direct rush distance as well. We do often see a lot of all-ins. I say that. I was a little bit surprised last game that Percival didn't go for any kind of all-in. He did expand. I mean, he still won the game with his push, but that might be an indication that maybe Percival is going for a bit of a slower approach here. We'll see. We'll see. Of course, did bob off with the initial reactored Hellion into Hellion drop. This time, I expect to see something a little bit different. It was just a really strong start for Percival, just killing so many pros at the start of the game. That was borderline game-ending damage, if not just game-ending damage. We'll see. We'll see what we go for this time, as we do force the CCO to be a little bit off-center. Okay. Off-center command center. Nice little win here for Moka. Likewise, I should have also emphasized single gas this time. Single gas opener, so Rex, expand, a delayed factory out of Percival. We're going for a more economic start this time. After the chaotic game one. So it's chaotic. Behind this, there's that factory. From here, we can go into Widow Mine drop, for example. We can go into Marine production, into early Tech Lab instead, into early Starport, into Banshee play. Even without a double gas opener, we can still head in that direction. Not as quickly, but we can head there nonetheless. Like behind the safety shield battery, gets a safety shield battery, is soon going for a second choice. We would imagine it's going to be another Twilight Council opener, and this time we're hoping that we have a more secure start and we don't stumble out the gate. There it is, reactored Marine, which means to present that gas for the faster Tech Lab into the Starport. And this can lead into Banshee play. Oh boy. For now, it's going to be the initial Cyclone, or at least it should be. So you can go Cyclone first, then into a Medevac, into Cyclone drop, or Cyclone into add-on swap, into Banshee play. Keep an eye on Percival. Twilight Council gets thrown down. Once again, the Twilight Council is a part of the wall in the low ground. This is a bit of a concern. We saw last game that this was exposed, and eventually it got punished. It was shut down, it was sniped. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen again. Regardless, we are walling up quite heavily here, so we're really prioritizing just having the SimCity here to fully wall up. And oh my god, that is not what I was expecting. We have another gateway on the way. How many in total? 4. So we have 4 gauge charge on the way here for Moka. Throws down the Robo. This is a 2-base all-in. This is hyper aggressive, and we'll see how hard this hits. Meanwhile, across the map, oh, interesting. So the factory, if you remember, was used for the Tech Lab, made the Cyclone, going for the Cyclone drop, then is peeled off to go for faster stim. That's going to be a second Rax here on top of that Tech Lab, going for a faster stim, I would imagine. Initial drop is moving out, and we'll see what we can get done. We'll see what we can get done here as Percival does move out, jumping in towards the natural. We spoke about the tech. The tech is exposed. Can he deny charge? The foreshadowing was there. We spoke about it. Oh god. About how he got sniped in game 1. Now he got sniped in game 2 as well. And yeah, that's brutal. With that Percival, he can kite. He doesn't have to. He's done enough. He's done enough at this point. Ooh, does overextend. Medevac goes down. Cyclone goes down as well. Percival, calm down. A bit of mismovements when it comes to the rally, and Percival, he will lose a lot here in the process. More than he should have. Like, he should have been content just sniping the Twilight Council, but alas, he got a little bit greedy. Okay. Now, Percival, what he doesn't have to worry about is any kind of counterattack. Yes, Stalkers are pushing in, but remember, there's no blink. There's no blink, there's no charge, there's no nothing. Stalkers are deflected. They do threaten the mineral line, and they do get a couple of SCVs. But nothing major. 2 SCVs so far. Percival, he will defend. Likewise, getting into zone 3-1-1 setup. Stim is halfway done. Getting into Stim, tank production underway. And Moka instead will rush into a third. And Z is still working towards charge. Like, he will commit. It's heavily delayed, but charge is on the way. Okay. Getting to charge. Oh. Liberator will threaten. Getting a couple worker kills. Keeping Moka busy. Ooh, do you see what I see? I see 2 more Raxes. Now, if you remember, last game, we only went up to 3 Raxes, then we go to 3rd CC, and then we pushed. Here, we have extra Raxes on the way, getting to a 5 Rax setup. At this point, we might just commit and double down, not expand, instead, just push out on 2 bases, and look to end it. We'll see if he does commit this time. I will say that last game, he had a stronger lead in the early game. Here, a little bit less so. Liberator does get a couple of her kills. Gets 1 more. Leave 3 in total. In total. Rotating back around. Yo, a big shout out to Luis in the chat. Gracias, gracias. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the raid. Bienvenidos, bienvenidos. Hope you had a great stream. Had a great ladder session. Had a great time. Buenos dias as well. I know it's quite early in Spain, so take care, papi. Take care. But thank you so much. Hope you had a great time. And welcome one and all to the WardiTV Monday. WardiTV Monday number 40. We're still in the first round. We're still in the first series of the broadcast, but Percival does take a lead. Likewise, going for a double drop on the right-hand side, and we have yet to see a 3rd command center, but he's getting add-ons, so I should be working to expand. Like, he should not be all in. As he does break out. Still being active on the map. Moka is somewhat holding his own. My big concern here is that Moka, he has no extra gases, so no splash damage. No gases here at the natural, no gases at the 3rd, and no gases at the 4th base. So just pure charge lot. It's a very zealot heavy composition, or at least it should be. We're not there yet. And Percival's already pushing. And you can see how little time it takes him to move out across the map from one side to the other. He's already here. He's already arrived. Ooh, yeah, brutal tank shot's gonna be going up. Tank shots on the Immortals. Match shot here on the Stalker as well. The tanks, they do target down the Immortal. First one goes down to 1, down to 0. 0 Immortals left. Probably Percival, he kites back, deals with the Zealots. Now he can send one forward. And Moka just cannot hold his own, not against this army. Again, the Zealot count just was not there. You can see he has 800 minerals. He's been missing warp ins. Has been missing macro cycles. They just cannot afford. Therefore, should working against Moka, creating a choke point. And Percival, he's done it. Percival, he has done it at the same time. We do see a Liberator, oh, not quite in the main base, but the 15 pros go down. The voids are pulled. The base is broken. Takes down the 3rd, now pushing further in. And Moka, there's just nothing here. There's nothing here, only Zealots. And again, the Zealots are not going to be good enough. Pylon goes down, depower some of the gateways. Boys are being pulled once again. Into the Marines, not like this. Ooh, the mine shots are brutal. They shut down the Zealots, and with that, Percival, he has done it. He will just snowball out of control. Takes down the main army, breaks into the natural. And with that Moka, there's just not much left. There's just not much here, not much left. Oh, we have to pull all the way. Let's go. Has to pull all the boys, papi. Yeah, Terrans do this, right? Does this work? No. Not against the Terran pack. And GG, well played. And with that, Percival, he will take the series 2-0, advancing on to the round of 16. GG. GG, well played. Congratulations with that, Percival. He will claim the series. He will advance on into the next round. Meanwhile, my condolences to Moka. Again, he did play well for himself. Just some really rough openers is what I will say. Like, game one was brutal, right? Game one, to see him lose so many probes. I mean, that was game then and there. Here in game two, just like in game one, Twilight Council was a part of the wall, and the Twilight Council was heavily exposed. With that, it was the first thing that went down, and with that, he missed his charge timing, right? He was building up towards an early charge timing, and he missed it. There was nothing there. GG. GG, well played. With that, Percival, he will claim the series, and we're going to be following Percival into the next round. Question becomes, who's up next? Let's find out. So let's catch up together, shall we? Exclamation mark, be in the chat if you guys want to have a look at it by yourselves.